If World War III detonate all the nuclear bombs in the world at the same time, can it destroy humanity and the planet? Answer first. Destroying the Earth would require at least 70 trillion billion tons of TNT, equivalent while the peak of the world's nuclear weapons is 40 billion tons. Nuclear weapons may have the ability to destroy human civilization, but wanting to destroy 5 billion-year-old Earth, this is a dream come true. No matter what humans do, give the Earth tens of thousands of years to basically recover. The invention of the nuclear bomb. More than 2,000 nuclear tests have been conducted. At present, only the small days are living well. 2 cities in Japan were affected after a nuclear strike. United States, after casting the code name Little Boy to Hiroshima. I see fire soaring into the sky. Mushroom cloud. All the people have not had time to cry. This resulted in 200,000 among 145,000 citizens of Hiroshima died unexpectedly. The whole city was reduced to rubble in an instant. So far, humans have just realized how terrifying nuclear weapons are. So what exactly are nuclear weapons? This is using atomic nuclear fission, or nuclear fusion releases tremendous energy. It explodes, and weapons of mass destruction. The atomic bomb as we know it. Hydrogen bombs belong to the warring. In addition to that, neutron bombs, ancient bullets, dirty bullets, etc. Atomic bomb hydrogen. The main damage of the bomb comes from the moment of explosion. Raw shockwave. Light radiates, but humans always seem to want to die. Soon more destructive nuclear weapons were proposed, and that's bone nitrogen. This nuclear weapon is the surgery of the hydrogen bomb, replaced with radioactive bone 60. The process of bone decay will generate unprecedented explosive power and cause semi-permanent radioactive contamination. It will also affect the world through atmospheric circulation, causing the destruction of biological DNA around the world. Irreversible damage to ecosystems. You can understand it this way. Once the ancient world successfully exploded, 99% of life on Earth will disappear. Fortunately, this is just a hypothetical nuclear weapon. If it were invented, there's no question. These are Thanos gloves in the real world. Did you know that in human history, what is the most powerful nuclear bomb? That's right, it's the Tsar of the former Soviet Union, with a little boy's 14,000 tons of TNT, equivalent to compare 50 million tons of SARS. That's the equivalent of 3,000 little boys. It's no exaggeration to say, such a powerful hydrogen bomb, enough to sink Japan to the bottom of the sea. In 1961, during the Tsar's Great Revolution, all 15,000 animals used in the experiment died tragically. Ancient ice within a radius of 20 kilometers. Melt all. Hot air from explosion. Third-degree burns to people 51 kilometers away. The shock wave extends to a radius of 700 kilometers. The glass in rural Finland was directly shattered. At the same time, the mushroom cloud created by the explosion. Lateral length up to 40 kilometers. The altitude is 64,000 kilometers. That's the equivalent of 8 Himalayas on top of each other. And here's what's even scarier. Tsar explosion pushed the Eurasian continent directly southward by 9 millimeters. In addition to that, someone ran a computer simulation. Throw the Tsar into the Mariana Trench. Then detonate. The simulation results were even more surprising. You know, The Mariana Trench is over 11 kilometers deep. Overall V-shape. If the Tsar explodes at the bottom of the trench, powerful shockwave. It makes already unstable plates more active. Five minutes later, hundreds of meters of waves were blown out to sea and transform into a huge tsunami and rush around. Including the whole of Japan and dozens of cities in Southeast Asia, will be completely swallowed by the sea. At the same time, because of the violent movement of the plates, a major earthquake of magnitude 7 or higher will sweep the world. And all the volcanoes are suddenly coming. Hot lava sprayed to a height of 100 meters. Smoke obscured the sun. Trigger a series of chain crises. Most of the world's cities lay in ruins. The human environment is in jeopardy. In the event of a nuclear attack, how do we survive? A conventional 20,000-ton atomic bomb. The direct killing range is about 8 kilometers. If you are within 8 kilometers of the center of the nuclear bomb explosion, don't think about anything. Just wait for reincarnation. 13 times more intense than the sun. Can cause blindness rapidly. And cause extensive burns and festering of the skin. Even combustion gasification. The shock wave from the explosion will be destroyed at a speed of 200 meters per second. Destroy all buildings within a radius of dozens of kilometers. And plants and animals. If you are lucky, you are not at the center of the explosion. You can get down first. Avoid direct exposure to explosive areas, causing blindness. At the same time, open your mouth wide to avoid the shock wave blowing up the lungs. If possible, try to run to the underground civil air defense space. For example, the subway station and the negative second floor of the community. The rest is a race against time. Escape from the center of the nuclear explosion. Stay away from nuclear sources. If all the nuclear weapons in the world went off at the same time, It will not lead to the global extinction of humanity. Even less likely to destroy the Earth. You know, during the Cold War, the total amount of nuclear weapons in the world is only 40 billion tons, and destroy the Earth. At least 70 trillion billion tons of TMT equivalent. 65 million years ago, the West Zilla body that led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. That's about 120 trillion tons of TMT equivalent. Meteorite impact triggers massive tsunami. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, and puts a lot of dust into the atmosphere. Change the global climate. Cause Kazuka winter. Although this meteorite impact caused the 5th mass extinction on Earth, but for the Earth, dinosaurs and humans, and every other living thing, their extinction has nothing to do with the Earth itself. How much does it matter? No matter what kind of creature tosses. Give the Earth 10,000 years. Basically recoverable. What if it takes 100 million years? After all, time is a concept created by humans. It may only be a fleeting event for Earth. In general, if humans detonated all the nuclear weapons in the world, even if the shockwave, nuclear radiation and winter could destroy human civilization, but it will never destroy the Earth. I sincerely hope that the Earth will be free of war. World peace.